When a couple is very young, they need as much privacy and as much time to know each other as they
I
can.
believe so.
The moment they begin to house everyone, because now you're forced to stay with your sibling who's in campus, your sibling who's where, you start staying with them very early. It denies the marriage its natural growth.
It's always a touchy subject, especially where in-laws don't fully accept the person who their child has married.
I think the first madness we have in our families is to assume that you are the one courting the person who's come to the family.
Or they know the best person that you should marry. But when your in-law is coming into your space, you want to feel comfortable, you want to welcome them, but you also want to feel that they respect your position in that marriage.
To build respect of boundaries, you
Yeah.
must understand that your marriage comes first.
You said the marriage has to come first. The marriage, the marriage is the baby. And if I'm not nurturing and taking care and covering the nakedness of this baby I'm calling marriage, other people will not see the need to respect it.
And then the people go and try build bridges
Yeah.
so that they can be praised in the next family meeting. Is the in-law of the year.
Does that ever work?
Never. One of the mistakes that men make, and a man should never make this mistake, a man should not allow himself to be housed by the in-laws. Well,
Is it really a bad thing?
Oh, my dad gave us a house.
Yeah, I mean, you're set.
Oh.
You have a
Because I know from experience, this is a man who must work extra hard. But yes, it's a wedding gift, we are given a house.
Yeah.
Number one, things you look at this is the house in the name of the man. More often than not, if it's a gift, it's in the name of the one who's been given the gift. So, Mr. Salamba, how are you?
I'm doing great, and how are you?
I'm very fine.
It's a good day to be here.
Yes. Yes. Today, we're talking about third parties,
Third parties,
third wheels,
third wheels,
third people,
third people,
third imposters. The third person syndrome.
third person syndrome.
Yes.
Okay, that's a new one.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes, you are loading all these things because you're looking at a marriage is supposed to be between two people.
Yeah.
And at times a marriage is overcrowded. At times positively or negatively. Okay. You can be overcrowded positively. But at times there are people who are in the marriage that should not be there, or they are there, but they are there in a way that they should not be in the marriage. And just navigating these third parties, let me call them third parties, and how to wisely navigate them, because a marriage is very tricky. And I've learned that from my own experience, also the expectations we have when we come into the marriage with these third party relationships, because there are those ones that are fixed, which you can talk about, of course, that is the in-laws and relatives, also fixed. Then there are the friends we grew up with, or friends who we came up with, or friends who, then they're the ones who the marriage creates, who come from work and all these things, our new experiences. And how
Frenemies also.
Frenemies, yes. Yes. All
Can't
those,
ignore those ones.
yes. Those are that's third party syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just looking at how to navigate, because I realize that especially in many marriages, this is normally a demon that grows and can kill a marriage in an instant. Yeah.
I agree with you. I think that in the marriage, it's really important to identify, and know how to manage those different relationships that me as an individual, I'm coming with into the marriage, including my parents, my siblings, my cousins. It goes really, depends how you grew up, Those of us who grew up in like very huge households, your cousin and your cousin's cousin is living with you. Sometimes all of that is in a person, and then you marry that person, and then how do you manage? How do you, come up with healthy boundaries? How do you nurture respect? How do you welcome this person's family and still feel that it's your home, it's your marriage? Because sometimes people are coming into your space and you haven't yet set the foundations in the marriage that really define the two of you together. And you find that there's so much external influence, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But it's really important for us in the marriage to set the right tone and really define the boundaries so that our in-laws, our friends, our frenemies are not influencing and shaping and molding our relationship in the wrong way.
I think I'm just trying to look at our own journey. I'm trying to look back at our own journey, because primarily speaking, we come from very different families.
Yeah.
But there's one word that keeps on popping in my head, which is expectation. What is the expectation that another person has? For example, what was my expectation of how you will relate maybe with, let's start with my side of the family, versus what was your expectation on how I would deal with your side of the family? This is a very interesting question, because expectation is, I think, is the mother of all problems.
Yeah.
Because there is something that is not normally said, or maybe was not said clearly. Because when marriage starts, we quickly draw lines. People quickly draw lines and go back to their natural default setting of their families. I think by the grace of God, we had the wisdom very early to be like, no, let's first secure the nuclear family first. Let's first of all secure our family first. Some people might not like what we are saying now, but yeah, let's
tread very carefully.
Yeah, but we decided let's secure us first.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about expectation. Why? It's because there's expectation of how I expect you to relate with my family, but also the other side of the expectation, which is also tied to the way that I relate with my family and how that affects your expectation of the same. Secondly, how do you relate? How do I expect you to relate with my friends? Because we never talk about expectations and looking at expectations from the perspective of our families are different.
And it's really important for us to lay down what those expectations are from very early on in the relationship. Why? Because when expectations are not laid out, then the assumptions are thriving. In my mind, I have this ideal situation of how I want you to interact with my BFF from university, how I want you to interact with my parents. In my mind, I have this ideal of how you're supposed to relate with my siblings.
Yeah.
But then we don't discuss those expectations clearly to the T. We don't even, open up and say, okay, this is how my family is, and this is how my friends are. This one, get to know them, but know them from afar. This is how my sister is. She is kind, but there's a certain way in which if she is, talked to, then she turns into something totally different. We're not quick to come up and really talk honestly. And I think that's one thing I really appreciate about our marriage, is that you sat me down and you drew me a very comprehensive picture of the family that I was being married into, and I appreciate you for that. But there's certain couples that don't have that luxury. They are working on assumptions, they're working on expectations that have not been vocalized. You're coming into a marriage and maybe you don't even know that you're getting married to a mommy's boy, or a daddy's girl. You know the family is there, but you don't know the ins and outs of the families. And I think in building those boundaries in the marriage and really strengthening the foundation of the marriage, it's so important to lay down those expectations and talk about it. Like, we need to have those moments where we really talk about what I expect and really probe into, can you fulfill those expectations?
Yeah, because if as I was just saying, the first primary decision that I think that I made, and I think we both made, was, number one, was that we are starting from the place where we are first place.
Yes.
That was our first thing. It was not a popular decision.
No, it was not.
Yeah, but we look back in hindsight, and I have no regrets because it was important for us all to go to the place of, first of all, and this is the problem that marriages suffer from, because marriage, you and I both know that marriage works at first place. Marriage does not work at second place. Marriage does not work at third place. Marriage works at first place. When the marriage is first, then every other relationship will align. The problem is that people get into marriage and they drag, and that's the expectation that even families have. Because one thing I talk about expectations is, think about this, that there's an expectation that my family had as to how my marriage should be, as to how my wife should be, as to how my wife should.
Is that realistic?
It's not realistic, but it is unrealistic. But it is
It's a utopia.
Yeah, but
to
you see,
have expectations of how someone else's marriage should be.
Yeah.
But I understand. Yeah.
yeah, because people are coming from a place whereby many people don't enter into marriage thinking that my marriage works at first place. We enter into marriage. I was telling a couple once that you've entered into the marriage, you are still possessive. What is still possessive is that I'm still possessive of my family, where I've come from. You are still possessive of yours.
Yeah.
So when we come together, what are we doing? The first lines drawn are based on, I don't want to possess. The Bible says, a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave onto his wife. And that word is basically to aggressively, passionately possess. We get married, we don't aggressively, passionately possess. What do? We still come with our family. So I'm coming with my mom, I'm coming with my brothers, I'm coming with my sister, I'm coming with those, you're coming with yours, you put them together. Now, at that particular point, war has to erupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I never let go and said, I want, first of all, my marriage to work first. Then the other relationships work second. That creates room for transparency, where now I can tell you, by the way, there's someone in my family who's crazy. Yeah. And you can tell me, oh, we also asked you have got one, where I come from. Or you say, I am the one. Depending.
If you don't know who that person is, it's probably
Yeah, I'm the one. I'm the crazy one.
Yeah, but I think this should be done at the very get-go. I don't think it's something that can be discussed or should be discussed when the marriage is unfolding. You know, I think we've had an episode already on courtship and, what you should already discuss before you cross over to marriage. But I feel like it's such a key point of discussion to have when you're courting, how far into the marriage you want to bring your family. Because sometimes, because of the circumstances, some people grow up being like, we've had this discussion about firstborn sons, and how marrying a firstborn son is very different from marrying, let's say, a middle one or a lastborn son. And how far, just discussing with them, how far do you want to bring the voice of your family into the marriage? Because we're beginning a new lineage, we're beginning a new family. Are we bringing the traditions from my end and the traditions from your end to come up with this hybrid tradition, or are we leaning into your family more and less on mine? Like, these are things that have to be discussed, and people don't really discuss them. And you're like 2 years in marriage, and all the decisions are being made by your mother-in-law or your father-in-law, and there's a huge problem in the marriage because those expectations and those lines were not drawn early in the marriage.
I think the first lie is in something you've said, is that we try to create a hybrid. You can't create a hybrid.
Really?
You can't create a hybrid. Kill the breed.
What about the things that I did in my family that were key, that it just brought a nice culture that I also want to implement in our marriage?
That culture is foreign.
Why?
It's a nice foreign culture. Yes.
Yeah.
You kill the breed first. Because you have to erase everything. Because as long as there's still a level of hangover, the hangover becomes a stumbling block moving forward. Because the hangover will make me now to begin to look at the children that I'm raising with the eyes of the family that I came
but
from.
you can't deny that there are good things that you experienced in your home growing up, that you saw your parents do, that you admired. and you thanked them for doing that for you, then you want to instill that in the new home that we've started together.
I still think kill the hybrid. I still think the breed should die.
What about traditions and culture and holidays, things we do? Like, you know how we celebrate birthdays, right? You told me that you hardly celebrated birthdays.
Did not say I celebrated my first birthday when we got married.
Yet I'm coming from the back.
My first birthday cake, you're the one who baked for me. My first birthday cake.
God.
Yes, I'd lived a couple of decades by that time. It's good to know. Yes.
Yeah. So those good practices, they're not like groundbreaking. They're not like religiously, revolutionary. But they're practices and traditions that I've seen you bring from your side of the family, and I've also brought in that really enrich our marriage. So it's not all bad.
But you see, the issue is that when you are trying to draw that thing down, what do you remove and what do you keep? Because remember that there's a way that I believe that my family is okay.
Yeah.
When you get married, that's the first illusion you have. The first illusion you have, your family has a problem. All of us have strange families.
Yeah.
But the reality, we are the strangers in our families. But the bottom line, every family is strange.
Yeah.
The lie we give ourselves when we are getting married is that my family doesn't have issues. That's the first thing we lie to ourselves.
Yeah.
So I begin to defend my family in its dysfunction and the same that you do. Why I'm saying we killed it is because you talk about birthdays, for example. I did not want to start celebrating birthdays because it's something that you brought into the marriage. I decided it's a good thing to do because it was a good thing to do. You didn't come and tell me we used to celebrate birthdays at our family, and so no. Something that I just saw and I thought, okay, this is there. It has come, it's been handed over, but it is inferred from conduct. And I thought, but it actually felt good for me to have a birthday cake. It actually felt good. And since it feels good to have a birthday cake, then it's good also if I do something, Initially, when you are dating, I would celebrate your birthday because it was important to you, not because I believed in it.
Really?
No, it was important to you. I ended up single.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that was your motivation.
It is
Pretty
important
much.
to you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In marriage, you sacrifice. When it's important to my girlfriend. We will do this marriage,
And it's good that you've continued remembering that it is important.
It is important.
Yes,
But
in the marriage.
But when you got married, you showed me the side of being on the receiving end of actually I can get a gift for my birthday. Actually I can actually get a cake with my name on it. That is new. A cake with my name, that is good news. So I think about that. It's also silly, but it's true. I thought this actually feels good, and I thought this would be a good feeling for the children to have as well. Yeah. So let me also do something for the kids.
Yeah.
Let them also enjoy this. Now, it's not that it's a culture. It's just something that was inferred that you did, that I liked, and I thought, I think I want to start doing this. So I'm saying that because we are where we come from. We can't separate that.
Yeah.
It influences us where we go. But I believe that in a marriage, the wisdom is that to examine the other person's what they've come with from their family, how their family is wired and how it is, with absolute respect that their family, to the eyes of this person, is okay. To the eyes of this person, it is where they came from. They can't change it.
Yeah.
And so with that in mind, to give room for the things now, without them being forced or being discussed, you tell me, as we normally do holidays. I tell you, no. As holiday, we go up country. Still a holiday. Technically. So
that is debatable.
So it's not holiday. Yeah. I had a couple of weeks ago in my office, and this man was talking to the wife, and the wife was saying how their families are different, and the wife said a statement. The wife said that us in our family, we celebrate Christmas. We do Christmas. It's a big deal. Them and their family, Christmas was a big deal.
Yeah.
And the guy got up in arms. He was like, no way, what do you mean? No, we celebrate Christmas. And he defended the position of his family that they celebrate Christmas. Not like the wife does.
Yeah,
but
they do.
We do celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
From our eyes, I think that we have a different kind of culture. So I think that when I say kill the breed, I mean that the first mistake we make is trying to say, this is what I got from our family. This is what I got from family. What you think was good in your family might be absolutely bad to me. But when I look at it and I see you doing something and I admire it, then I can take that and say, let's put this as culture. It hasn't been forced. I have admired it.
We're looking at what we can build together, a fresh and a new.
Yes.
Okay, I like that, and I can agree with that. But what would you say in the boundaries? Because I remember very early in our marriage, when I was still learning your family, it wasn't always easy, and I'm sure for you, learning my side of the family was also not always, a piece of cake.
Uh-huh.
How do you come to the place where, you're just accepting of your in-laws, despite the friction and the tension sometimes that is happening? How can we come to a place where it's just balanced? Because I feel like being married is it's not an event. So different things are happening, different seasons are happening in the marriage and also with the extended family. How do you maintain that level of, acknowledging them, respecting them, even when maybe you're not receiving the same? Because I feel like it's always a touchy subject, especially where in-laws don't fully accept the person who their child has married.
I think the first madness we have in our families, every family has this madness, I believe, is to assume that you are the one courting the person who's come to the family.
Or they know the best person
Yeah.
that you should marry.
That's the first thing that people, I think, will go mad.
Yeah.
Number two is to assume that this relationship will happen in a day. No. I've been dating you for a while. Got to know you for a while. Yeah. My mother has not spent that time with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Potentially, when all is said and done, as of now, give or take a few years, I'll come to a place and say, what, I have spent more years with you than I've lived with my parents continuously. Yeah. You see, so in essence, in fact, I'd say that. In essence, I'd say that I'm just at the brink of saying I've lived more years. So when you get to marry someone, the first thing that every family must understand is that relationships take time.
A lot of time.
And the problem is that people want to, and I always have a problem. I think my skin crawls when I see people are getting married next week, and you see this girl is hanging out with her sister-in-law to be, and I always say this one is a bomb waiting to happen. It's a bomb, and it always goes off.
Yeah.
Because the first assumption we have is that because I am marrying you, that automatically you get along with my brother. Who said? Or like, who said? It will not happen that way. So when we start from there, I need to start from a place of I need to learn the person first. I need to understand the kind of person you are. I need to know who you are, how you function, how you operate. Get time to know your brother is like this. And know them for myself.
Yes.
Yes, you've given me data. You told me, okay, this one is like this, but I know them for myself. I realize, okay, I kind of have a relationship. This one can laugh at my jokes. This one I laugh at my jokes. This one, you begin to learn the people yourself. And because you'll be married in that family for a long time, relationships take time.
They take a lot of time.
This emergency I see people have.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, the wedding is coming. You are going to do shopping with your sister. Oh, for what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this thing we call mazoeano. I don't know in English what's the English?
Mazoeano. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're so familiar, you get really familiar in a very short time that you lose that respect that you're supposed to have for your siblings' partner. I think there should always be a level of respect and a boundary between how close we can get, because at the end of the day, when your in-law is coming into your space, you want to feel comfortable, you want to welcome them, but you also want to feel that they respect your position in that marriage, and they're not coming and using the friendship that you have to influence the flow of the marriage or to bring issues between you and your partner. And I've seen a lot of cases here where it gets very tricky, especially when, maybe a sibling has come to stay over and they've stayed for so long, you've been friends for so long, that respect, I'm not even able to tell my partner's sibling to even just come and help me in the kitchen and cook or something like that. So I feel that there needs to be a very solid and grounded level of respect. And you can only achieve this by taking time, as you've said, to learn the person, taking time to build the foundation of the marriage has to be very strong so that us in the marriage are seen as one party and not, two parties who a sibling or a friend or a relative can come in between.
Yeah, I think that's a very vital point because and many couples still make this mistake and you try to shove your family down the throat of your partner and you begin to view your partner as though they are an enemy to your family.
Yeah.
Yet they're not an enemy to their family. They have come to the marriage, they're trying to defend their marriage because they are feeling their marriage is under threat. And one thing we have to note is, and I just go back to something which you've said, is that to allow the relationship to mature.
Yes.
And through maturity, there has to be respect. And this way it becomes tricky depending on who you married and their birth placement. I almost saying childbearing age. And their birth placement. Because when you are married to, as you've said something interesting, we look at families. For example, my parents are well advanced in age. Our firstborn, yes, our firstborn is not the age, it's not your age.
Yeah.
Yes, yet you're the firstborn where you come from.
Yeah.
Automatically, this sets our marriages in two different paths. Our parents are in two different timelines. Our siblings are in two different timelines.
Yeah.
I'm the second lastborn. I have only one sibling behind me. You are the firstborn. You have others following you.
Yeah.
But again, the age the age that you are and the age that they are, their ability to interfere with our marriage is less. You are a firstborn, number one. We look at the age of your parents versus the age of my parents. I'm just giving this as a scenario for people to get these dynamics, because at times we also want carbon copy. You want carbon, it can't be carbon copy. Our families are very different. When you look at that, like, okay, fine, me, I'm the second last born. So the possibility now, you're married, let's say you're married to me, and I have got 4 or 5 sisters ahead of me. You see,
that would be very tricky.
Trick is not the word. Trick is not the word. Oh, you are in a place you can understand, because
and they're older.
They are older. Something they are older. So imagine a family whereby now I have sisters who are older than me, 5 sisters older than me, and some of them are as old. You see, old enough maybe to say, that they raised me, for example, and they look at me like, no, we actually raised you. That they are firstborn is almost my age. You're in trouble. There you are in that marriage. You must understand from the very beginning who you are getting married to. From the very beginning. Because to build respect of boundaries, you must understand that your marriage comes first, no matter the birth placement. But there are people who have to be more firm. So it might be easier for you to be firm as a firstborn and say, no, this can't happen. You guys can't come to my house, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
That's our story.
Yeah. But now there's a possibility that this person is married to someone. So, okay, now there are sisters here who said we raised this person, we changed their diapers, we did this for them. We have a legal right to come to the master bedroom and spread the bed.
Wow.
Cover dead.
Wow. Dead and buried.
Yeah. So at times when people get caught, they actually ignore those dynamics. They actually are oblivious of the person I'm marrying. I'm marrying a girl who in her family, there are 4 boys ahead of her. And the 4 boys ahead of her are married, and they've been married for a long time. They have children almost the age of the woman I'm marrying, and they will speak into the marriage. But statistically, it is sisters who do this more than brothers.
I can attest to that.
Okay.
But let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's not open Pandora's box.
The box that that Pandora's left.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
not open that.
Yeah.
But just as you're speaking, it's helped me understand the age placement thing, because I never looked at it from that perspective. I maybe saw, okay, this is, a son. We've known him for all this amount of time. Then there's this lady, we don't know her. Like, how do we juggle everything? And I never knew. I mean, I never thought that, okay, you're the second last born.
Yeah.
And you've been raised by your siblings who've seen you grow up, given you guidance. Why wouldn't they feel comfortable, honestly, to give more guidance into the marriage? So now it's like light bulbs in my head, like, oh, okay, now I understand where, 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. But as you said, if we come with a united front, then age placement will not matter. What our parents are saying. I mean, it's important to listen to our siblings. I don't deny that. There's people, family is important and community is important.
Yeah.
And we do need that support structure to help us along the way. I mean, getting marital advice from my in-laws, who I've seen and respect, in their journey, and them telling me, okay, don't go this way, in love, in respect, of course I would listen. So I value, like, I see both sides of it. The side where maybe you don't want an older in-law sibling to be in your marriage because they're not really helping. And then those ones who are really building you and helping you on your marriage journey. So to some extent, I see where the boundaries can be pushed a bit to let them in, because from their perspective and your perspective as well, you're in agreement that this sibling is just helping you in the marriage, which is okay.
Yeah, but the foundational law
Yes.
is their respect.
Yes.
That's the foundational law.
Yeah.
The foundational law is that I have to be very keen, even I'm saying this as a father now, I have to be very keen on what is interference. One thing that both our parents gave us, was lack of interference.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Our parents literally let us build our homes the way we wanted to build it. And that's something that I respect your father for, I respect your mom for, and the same thing that my father did. He did not want to meddle. He was like, that's your house, you do your things, you mujipange, whatever. One thing they were very clear, as we are waiting. If things go south, then we'll come in. But for now, which is very respectful. Very respectful that you find that maybe parents as well. You find that parents also keep their own distance. They come, they appear, they appear and they disappear. They appear and they disappear, which kind of reduces the amount of friction.
Yeah.
Because that's where it comes to become a problem. I talk to my mother-in-law every day. Then one day, it goes. So building now, you only respect advice. You only take advice from people that you respect. That's how life is. It's an unfortunate thing to say.
Who you respect and who also respect
Who also respect you, yeah. So if someone does not respect you, and especially now, marriage is funny because when you get married, even though you're the last born, once you get married, it's a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
This is a person now who has their house and they want to be respected in their house. And if it's a last born who has married a firstborn, the firstborn is thinking, I want to run my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why you can't tell me how to run my house? Why are you telling me what I should do in my house? Who sent thou hither?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and at times people don't respect that and look at, okay, so-and-so's got their house. Now I need a level of respect. I need to talk to this person with respect. I need to address them with respect.
And follow the protocol.
Yes.
I can't just keep coming direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a way that there has to be like a level of wisdom. Now there, a conversation can ensue like, okay, by the way, okay, I had a problem. I say maybe I tell, you are a firstborn, but I'm thinking it would be easy for me to say, okay, if you had let's say you are not a firstborn, I tell you your older sibling, okay, but they have a problem with my wife about 1, 2, 3, 4. How can I manage this? And they give sound advice from a place of this is how she was raised, this is how she is. But the moment that we are fighting, then there's a problem because we can't fight for space in a marriage.
Okay.
Once a couple says I do, automatically they have removed space from the marriage. There's no more space. Yes. There's no vacuum. A vacuum exists when you're dating. When you get married, the vacuum ceases.
Yeah.
Yes. So from there on in now, it's just passing. Nikupita tu, hakuna vacuum, nikupitia kando, going around in circles. There's no vacuum. With that, now I look at, okay, now, does your mom respect my marriage? Does your mom respect my decisions? Does your dad respect my decisions? Same thing, you're looking, are they respecting my decisions?
Yeah.
Are they respecting me as a person, and as a person, as I may say, as a man in my own home? The same way my father was a man, he rested, was a man in his own home. I expect my interaction with my father is on a basis that you are a man in your own home, run your home.
Yeah.
I expect the same interaction with your father, that you are a man in your own home, run your own home.
Yeah.
Then I expect the same interaction between you and my mother, that she says you are a woman running your own home.
I think key to that is also how we represent our partner to our family.
Oh, speak on that one.
Yeah. Because sometimes when we're saying the wrong thing, we've had a disagreement. Or in my mother's house, telling her how irresponsible you are. You said you were going to do A, B, C, D. You didn't do it. You never do anything on time. You know, you're a source of stress in my life. You know, the bills are paid late. You know, it's just like a whole litany of the wrong things that you have done. It becomes extremely difficult for my mother now to put on that lens of respect and treat you as the man of the house.
You're the terrorist holding my daughter hostage
Exactly.
in this thing called marriage.
Yeah, and I think partners kind of forget that once you're in the marriage, like you said, the marriage has to come first. The marriage, the marriage is the baby. And if I'm not nurturing and taking care and covering the nakedness of this baby I'm calling marriage, other people will not see the need to respect it, to respect the boundaries that we've set, to respect the union, and look at it as something that they should not just cross, you know, anytime and say anything about. So I really think it's important for us in our marriages to also speak well of our partners and not expose, you know, the deep issues of the marriage. I mean, it's a different thing when things are going wrong. There's something abusive happening in the marriage. That's different. I mean,
Abuse, that one.
talk
that one,
about it.
talk about
Seek
it,
help.
yeah,
It's something that you need help in the marriage. But just sitting down and slandering your partner, I think, is really a road that's leading to a lot of disrespect in the marriage.
And I think one thing again, we're not a perfect couple, as you said. You know, we do. I mean, we do have our issues.
Yeah.
But one thing that we did and we have done faithfully throughout the years of our marriage is that we don't talk badly about each other.
Yeah.
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 No matter the environment, we never talk badly about each other. We have had our fair share of challenges, yes, but we have ensured that the bare minimum, we protect each other first.
Yeah.
But people don't know what's happening with us. Where are we with things? Because again, the structures that are put is that if there's an issue, go for counseling.
Yeah.
Why? Because counseling has got privacy.
Yes.
Take it to counseling.
Yeah.
As you said,
Neutral, objective voice.
yeah,
That
this,
can help.
this thing of, you know, people are running and people are calling their moms at 2 in the morning. Oh, this bagger is coming at 2 and he's all those things. Then at some point you expect respect. You cannot undo.
Yeah.
And that's the thing people forget, is that human beings view things from what they're given. You cannot undo. And that's why also in a marriage also, it's important also for our family and a family to think at large. When children are coming together to get married, for a family to ask itself at large, is that what is going to be our image to this particular couple? We have a new person coming into the family. I need to respect myself.
Do families think that far?
I may think that far.
Because I always feel like the onus is on the people in the marriage to show
No,
that they're worthy to be in the family.
The family itself.
It's like the families just throw caution to the wind. Like,
let's say, prove yourself.
Yeah.
Are you worthy of our family name?
it's never the other way. It's never family. I mean, it depends, I guess, on the.
Yeah, because in the right balance of things,
Yeah.
a family should be asking themselves, this person is coming in. I need to carry myself with respect. Yeah. I may not be a perfect person.
Yeah.
You may be maybe a family member who went through divorce. You may be a family member who maybe your marriage has broken or something. But there's a way you carry yourself respectfully that at the end of it all, you maintain a respectful relationship with that person. The madness you find people are fighting physically with their in-laws.
Yeah.
People are insulting each other with their in-laws. Mulifikiana wapi aje? How did you get to that place? It's because someone lost respect. I like saying this. They lost respect for themselves, number one. Because if I begin to have fights with my in-laws, number one, I'm losing respect for myself. That's number one. Number two, I'm losing respect for my partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. And number three, I'm losing respect if I'm in a family for the family. I'm actually losing respect for the family. And so the key thing is to go back to and think, I need to be very respectful and carry myself out with respect all through. I have always said this, that in families, you get involved when you're invited. Hii kujituma watu waache.
Yeah.
You get involved when you're invited.
Yeah.
If there's no invitation, stay away.
Yeah. So I cannot be involved in a issue that is with you and your family. You are the one to...
I need to invite you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to invite you. If I don't invite you, you are busy.
Yeah.
Because I invite you, you start entering into things that I'm fighting with my siblings. And you don't know how long we have been fighting.
And I cannot be a mediator between you and your family.
That is one of the hardest jobs to do on earth. I see people trying it. Because there are issues in family that are so deeply entrenched. You need a level of understanding. And the understanding you need first is with your partner. Understand what your partner needs. Don't try go be Nelson Mandela to try and connect a family that you don't know the background.
Yeah.
And you just see I'm stressed and you think, oh, or I see you and your mom are not talking. I organize a meetup. I don't know the history. I don't know what scars you have of your mother. I don't know the scars you have of your brother. Mine is to understand you. If I can understand you first, get to understand you, then maybe I can change your perspective. In the process, I equip you by changing your perspective to go build a bridge.
Yeah.
But if I want to be the build bridger,
who are you?
what have I said?
No, it makes sense. The bridge builder.
I said the build bridger.
Oh, okay, well, I got it. Yeah. So, I mean, your partner cannot be the bridge builder between your partner and their family. I totally agree with that.
Unless they are sent as an emissary.
Yeah.
If you have not been sent, don't give yourself assignments you don't know. People have been in a family for almost 40 years, 50 years. They have been fighting 50 years, 40 years. So how do you come in?
Yeah, you've been married 5 years. How do you understand the issues?
You don't know those issues and how
the
deep
scars.
entrenched. Yeah. So it is good to get understanding. Through understanding, you can now begin to speak wisdom to that person, telling them the Bible says forgive. It's good you forgive. Have you thought of forgiving? Be that silent voice at the back. But at the end of the day, and this is the funny thing, at the end the people go and try build bridges so that they can be praised in the next family meeting. It's the in-law of the year.
Does that ever work?
Never.
Because they're always, your in-laws are always teams.
Some of our dysfunctions are deep. Some families have issues that are deep.
And their loyalty is always to the person that is in the family. No matter how rugged and jagged that relationship
changes. It always goes back.
It always goes back to the family. And I think I understand that. I appreciate it. I respect it. And that's why I let you, be the emissary in your family, and you also allow me to do the same on my end. But what do you say about those couples, and maybe we haven't struggled with this as much, who just find it difficult because you've done things in a certain way for so long and let your friends into the issues of the marriage for so long? Your siblings have been in the issues of your marriage for so long. Your parents have also had that influence. They've directed where you take your children to school. They've directed where you live. They've even given you an apartment, let's say, for you to, to stay and start your family.
Kufa dead.
So you've really involved all these parties into the marriage. And one day you wake up and you realize, what have I done? I'm not able to make decisions in my home. I'm not able to steer my marriage in the direction that I envisioned it to go. Where do you start? Where do you start reclaiming the ownership and the control of the marriage? Is it even possible?
No, you just sit and remember it's late.
Really?
Yes. Sit, reconcile it's late. Count your chickens. They're finished. Your fate was decided. Because you need an overhaul of the entire structure. You need to uproot your family from Nairobi, if you're in Nairobi. Take them to Nova Scotia.
Okay.
Start afresh.
Yeah.
Yes. Go to Antarctica. Look for an igloo. Start from there. Because to undo that, one of the primary mistakes, I'm saying this for men.
Yeah.
One of the mistakes that men make, and a man should never make this mistake, a man should not allow himself to be housed by the in-laws.
Is that absolutely fatal? What if, like, you're going through a period of time where the finances are just not financing, and this is the last resort? The last resort.
A man.
2 months, alafu.
Apewe loan. Apewe loan ajipange. A man should never, ever allow to be housed by the in-laws. That one is a crime. That's a crime. And you have an apartment there, be staying there mukijipanga. What are you doing there? You and the portrait are the same. Because where do they respect you?
What if the house is gifted to you?
You see, if it's gifted to you as a wedding gift. Yeah, and I still normally say this. If personally, it's my opinion. If it's a house that my in-laws have lived in, as a man, I cannot take it. If they give it as a gift, I rent it out. I cannot stay there. Yeah, because automatically the memories of my wife are tied to the father being the man of that house.
Wow.
I have no offense with the dad, but I'm thinking now, this is not, her memories are there. You have gone to their territory. When you want to paint the kitchen red, someone says you painted it red.
How dare you?
How dare you? So if you're being given as a wedding gift, the parents say, we are a very, very well family, we have a house in Karen here, the keys and the title, Nini go. But when you're saying yes to that title deed and taking it, as a man, you have a plan beyond the unspain.
Wow.
You have a plan that in 2 years or 3 years' time, you can buy another house and move from that one. You don't even stay there for long. Don't even think about that as your family home.
Is it like a form of leverage into the marriage? Is it always?
Because it's a form of the parents. I know if I do this for our daughter, I'm basically telling that guy, dude, when you fail, I'm here. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I can take care of my daughter. I'm telling you now, I can take care of her.
From the daughter's perspective, is it really a bad thing?
Oh, my dad gave us a house.
Yeah, I mean, you're set. Oh. You have a soft landing.
Oh, there's no landing there. You're finished. The daughter has a soft landing. The man has been landed on.
Okay.
That one is a dead man. He is dead. Because I know from experience, this is a man who must work extra hard. But yes, it's a wedding gift. We are given a house.
Yeah.
Number one, things you look at this is the house in the name of the man. More often than not, if it's a gift, it's in the name of the one who's been given the gift. So it's our house, but so it's not really our house. In case ukwe manga, utaambiwa leave my father's house. Even though I have seen guys who made that mistake, and things goes out, they begin to fight, and the lady wakes up and tells the guy, "This is my father's house.
Yeah.
Go, leave my."
It's the way
dad.
even parents like protect their children.
It's
It's a very slight. It's a house, it's a mansion in Kilalashwa. Just stay there.
And you don't find, this is a funny thing. We have gone off course a bit, but it's very funny. You don't find two wealthy families coming together to do a marriage where both of them give a house. They don't. Two wealthy families don't. It's normally when it's a wealthy family and a non-wealthy one. I didn't want to use the word poor. Non-wealthy family. That's where the thing happens. But the moment a man is being housed by the in-laws, he is done. He needs to rebuild aggressively. He needs to be Steve Jobs in less than a year. He needs to build a business in less than a year that is something else. He needs to come back later on and give the in-laws 2 apartments. They gave him 1, he gives them 10. But generally, the guy is dead. He has no voice. He will not advise anyone because you are staying in their house. Now, when they say you want to take the kids to a particular school, they'll say no. Where are you getting the money from? But I'm not paying rent because I am done. We say you don't pay rent. I'm not paying rent. What do you mean I don't pay rent? I don't believe that.
So it's never possible for a gifting of that nature to happen without other strings where a family is trying to have control or influence in a marriage.
You look at the title deed of that house. Look at the
That
list.
will tell you.
That will tell you where you have been placed.
Yeah.
You will know yourself.
I
with the
mean,
full
even
chain.
me, if I was gifting a house to my children, I would put it in the name of my child.
Automatically,
and
yes.
Not in the name of...
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And you're sending a very clear message.
Clear.
Clear message that ukikaa mbaya hapa, my friend, I'm still here in the shadows. I'm still lingering.
It's also like a protective measure, you know.
It's a protective measure that comes from a place of an absence of, and it's not a bad thing. That's the thing. But as a parent, it is the right thing for a parent to do.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's a bad thing if a father does that for the daughter. It's a
In a
good.
position
That's
to
what
do
a
it,
father
go
should
ahead.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a father should do.
Yeah.
Now that man who's marrying that girl should understand that his work has been cut out. His assignment in life
The
has been
threshold
cut
has
out.
already been...
Oh,
set.
it has been set very, very clearly. It has got 7 letters. Success.
Okay.
His assignment in life,
succeed.
in the shortest time
Possible.
known to man. That in a year he tells the wife, let us rent this house. This is your house, rent it. That money is yours. I'm building a house there. Hivyo. And he should know at the back of his mind, if things go wrong, she'll go back to that house. Yeah.
Okay.
That one has worked.
Yeah. I also see how families have changed. You know, growing up, I remember in our household, we used to have a lot of cousins come over. You know, your parents, siblings, your uncles would come and stay a few, you know, months, even sometimes
yes.
maybe years. But we're seeing less and less and less of that. And now, as a married woman, I'm trying to put myself in my mother's shoes those days. Are there moments, although our dynamic was a bit different because my father was always most times out of the country. But I wonder if it's really a comfortable setting to have a lot of, you know, your relatives, your cousins, you know, in the house for long periods of time, especially when the marriage is very young and you're still trying to set the foundations. Is it something that's very sustainable? I saw it in my mother's house. I mean, there were moments that we just wanted to spend time as the nucleus. You know, we have plans to do something as just the 4 of us or the 5 of us, but then that is just disrupted by a doorbell.
As you're driving out, a cousin comes.
You have to go back in.
You have to go back in. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's those ones who stayed with you for long periods of time, and maybe things don't go well, you know? I mean, people are different, and some people don't come with good intentions, you know, and all this is just the pot of marriage. How do we manage like relatives who you're housing and maybe they don't respect your house, they don't respect the marriage, they don't respect the children, you know, your children are at risk. Is it even feasible? How do you manage like people coming to stay for extended periods of time?
I think the primary thing we look at is the dynamics of our parents those days. Why I'm saying that is because our parents grew in the village. Yeah. When they grew in the village, everyone was everywhere. Cousins were here, relatives. They were all in the same place. That's how they grew. When someone came to the city and got a good job, automatically the same mindset of seeing my family around was very clear. It was not something strange. So to them, it's a generation. In fact, it's a transition. I grew up in the village seeing the same thing. I just moved the same thing into the city.
But it doesn't work. But anyway.
Yeah. But us, on the other hand, we didn't see that. It was given to us. You see, so we didn't see it. It was not normal as much. In the village, it's normal. They are here. People are everywhere. They're eating together. The cousins are here. Everyone is in the same place. That's how the village was. And when our parents were growing up, that's what they saw.
Yeah.
So when they grew up, that was the reality, that you stay with your relatives. Now, when we are growing up, it's not really as normal because The setting is very different. We are in a house. We are not in a village where people are crossing around, going to take water from there, coming back here. People are coming for breakfast at 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
It didn't really work that
Yeah,
way.
the women are home,
Yeah.
fetching water.
Putting water. There are many things that cultured them to see it as a normal. As it cultured us to see it as abnormal. Why? Because you left home to go to school. You made friends. Your friends, you go to the road, you split ways, they went to their place, you went to your place. So, first things first, the differences of what they saw their reality growing up versus our reality growing up is different. As we felt as though it was an intrusion to our space. Them, when they're growing up, it was a normal thing in their space. As it was intrusion. Now, we move forward. When you come to us now again, a couple is very young. When a couple is very young, they need as much privacy and as much time to know each other as they
I
can.
believe so.
The moment they begin to house everyone, it becomes chicken. And this is where firstborns pay a price, especially firstborn boys. They pay a very huge, even firstborn girls pay a very huge price. Because now you're forced to stay with your siblings. Your sibling who's in campus, your sibling who's where. You start staying with them very early. It denies the marriage its natural growth. And it's something that needs to be very, very well articulated in a family. Because more often than not, you find that unless you find a family where the husband and the wife were raised so similarly,
Yeah.
and both of them understand, no, Nani can come and stay with us, my cousin will stay there. And nowadays it's a mess. You find that someone's sister is staying in the other room, her brother staying in that room, Kidogo, you find them, they're doing things on the couch. It's a mess.
Yeah.
At times you find the uncle who overstayed is trying to do something on the daughter. It's always a mess. So a family must agree. I believe that the younger the couple, the more time they need to stabilize, to know even how they eat, to know how they spend time together. For me, I think that for a young marriage, it's advisable. At times, life can be difficult and life can throw a curveball. And the curveball of life maybe is a sick parent. I know couples where they spend their first 5 years taking care of a parent. That's a price. But they had to pay. And it's apparent. They have to pay. It's a price that has to be paid. Because you look at the logistics and there's no one else. And when the couple is young and they've been forced, that's a different scenario. The other one is when now you've not even begun parenting your own children. And you have to parent others.
It's a very tricky situation, but it's always a tricky situation. It's never clear cut, and the circumstances are never always right.
That's why
You have to, house for extended periods.
actually I think it's always good to go back and the marriage comes first. Going back to the drawing board and having a discussion with your partner, in an open discussion, and to believe that your partner does not hate your family,
Yeah.
but to believe your partner loves this family. That's the difference. Yeah, I don't hate your family, I love this family. So there's a difference. And so because I don't hate your family, but I love this family, I'm likely to make decisions that favor this family that I love.
Yeah.
I don't hate your family. I just love this one. And so with that discussion, it's easy to be like, okay, fine then. If my partner says no, let me listen to their no. Now, chukia watu wetu, you don't like our people,
Becomes a
now
whole drama.
you're waiting for my parents, you're waiting for people, I mean, just to understand, that's where we also fight.
Yeah.
Many couples fight there.
Yeah.
It was a hard thing to navigate, but we did it because it was a difficult discussion. But understand that no, you actually can speak about my family, and I can speak about your family.
Yeah. It took us a while to get there. Yeah, but I think the loyalty that you build in the marriage already, that you're not each other's enemies, you're each other's best friend. You want the best, literally, for your partner. I think it's a good place to really start to build that loyalty and trust in the marriage. It's important before now bringing in those external third parties.
Yeah. We have not talked about friends.
Yeah, we've barely touched.
Yes, so we have to talk about friends.
Yeah.
Next week because of this other thing that is called friends. Yes.
It can be another monster.
It is.
It is.
Monster. Yes, it's 2025. It is a monster.
It's a monster.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all, folks.
Thank you for joining us. It's been a brilliant conversation. Join us next time again on Marriage Kindergarten. Remember to like, to subscribe, leave your comments, your questions. We're really happy to engage with you further on these topics.
Yes. See you next time. Do stay blessed. I am Victor Salamba.
And this has been Marriage Kindergarten, the ABCs of
Making
making
it
it work. See you next time.